never did a video on it. So, but today, so not only am I doing a video on the Delightful, I'm doing a comparison between the Delightful MM, okay, and the Delightful PM. All right, I just happen to have both sizes available. Well, actually, this one is sold, but before I shipped it, I just wanted to hurry up and knock out this video because, like I said, I don't have any Delightful videos. Now, as you can see, these are the old models. The new models are a little bit different. Just go on the website and you can see I'm not going to waste time in the video explaining it, but this is the old model. So first, let me give you the measurements of the MM, okay? And I have like several measurements to tell you because this is not just a straight shot, you know, how long, how tall, how deep. It's not like that. So this is the MM. Again, it's the old model. So at the bottom, and I measured like right where it starts to curve on the piping here. So from here to here is 15 inches. At the top, it's about 17 inches, okay? And then at the widest point, her hips, which is gonna be in the middle here, okay? So I always measure like in the middle, and that's what I call the hips. That is gonna be 19 inches. And then, what do we have? Okay, so 13.5 inches tall, and then 6 inches deep, okay? And I just measured, you know, piping to piping, but you can see how, because this is a hobo silhouette, it is gonna extend out a little further from the actual piping. But, you know, kind of like when I measured the bottom, you know, like when I first said 15 inches wide, because that's the part on the inside that's gonna be flat, okay? I can't really measure from here to here and say that that is how wide it is because it wouldn't be accurate because you're not actually putting your stuff in that much space. Does that make sense? So whenever I measure bags, like I'm very particular. Sometimes when I see, you know, the width on a bag, I'm like, there's no way because, you know, some bags taper and it's different at the bottom than from the top and blah, blah. So anyway, all that to say, let me just go over one more time. So 15 inches at the bottom, and I just measured like from where it starts to curve up, okay? So like what actually sits flat on a table. And then about 17 inches at the top, and then her hips, 19 inches, 13.5 inches tall, 6 inches deep, okay? Now, let me give you the measurements of the PM. And it's interesting because when I think of a PM bag, I think of like a tiny bag that's not gonna be for me because I am like a big bag gal, or at least a bigger bag gal. And so when I see PM, I'm like already in my mind and biased. I'm like, no, that's gonna be too small. But this actually is not really all that small. I mean, listen to the measurements. Okay, so again, from the bottom, where it starts to curve, the part that actually sits flat on the table is 13 inches. At the top, it's 16 inches. It is 11 inches tall. And then her hips, which again, in the middle here at the widest point, are 18 inches. And then she's just a little over 5 inches deep. Okay, so again, you know, I mean, I just measure piping to piping. But she's a little over 5 inches. And you know, there's a lot of variance. I mean, I always have my little handy dandy measuring, you know, spool thing that I keep in my bag. But you know, it's just the ones that you get at little trade shows and whatnot, or obviously in this case, it was at the ER center. And you know, there's gonna be a little bit of variance, but you kind of get the idea. Again, 13 inches wide at the bottom, 16 inches wide at the top, 11 inches tall, and then just a little bit over 5 inches deep. And then her hips in the middle here are 18 inches. So as you can see, these bags are a hobo style, a hobo silhouette. Okay, so they are gonna hang kind of droopy because that's what hobo bags do. Neither one of them, this one too, okay. Now, neither one of them have a zipper or anything like that. The only closure that you're gonna see on these bags is this little clasp, and that's it. And that's, you know, and for me, I mean, I'm not really gonna, I guess if I'm traveling with this bag and I need to put it like under, like if I'm on an airplane and I need to put it under the seat in front of me or whatever, I might clasp it together just to keep, you know, well, I don't know how much it's gonna keep stuff from falling out. But anyway, I guess if you just wanted to make sure that it's not gaping open, because that's kind of what it does if you don't have the clasp, it's just gonna be more droopy. I mean, it's a hobo bag. So anyway, if you're looking for something with some, you know, security at the top, this is probably not gonna be the bag for you. I mean, I don't care about zipper closures or anything like that, so it doesn't matter to me. But you can see that it opens really wide, okay? Both of them do. So here is the PM, okay? And then I'm taking the clasp off here. And then this one too, same thing. So it's just super squishy. Now, I don't know about the, you know, when you get the newer ones, I'm sure it's going to be a little bit stiff because you just bought it. These are the older models. They're a little bit older, and they're already like super squishy and like, you know, mush into your body, and so they're just awesome, you know. But this one, you know, you can see that it opens really, oh, sorry, I wasn't showing you the right thing. It opens up even wider, okay? So this one is definitely a bag that is really easy to get in and out of. Just because it does open so wide, you can access it from your shoulder. So assuming that you don't have that little clasp connected, because, you know, that's going to be kind of a pain. So see, you can access it from your shoulder, and you have a lot of room to be able to do that, you know, like it opens up super wide. It has a nice thick strap, and it's decent size. I mean, it is going to pass the elbow test only because it's a hobo silhouette, and it kind of, you know, does like a smile, you know, whenever it hangs, it kind of goes like this. And so that's why it passes the elbow test. They both do. They both pass the elbow test. So you don't have any trouble getting them over your shoulder. And this one too has the same kind of strap. What I like about the old model is that it has the Louis Vuitton on this thick strap. The newer models don't have that. I think it's just like right in the middle. And so I just really like this. I think it's really sharp and just adds like a little extra something to it. And, you know, it's got this nice chunky hardware. And you guys know, if you've been watching my videos, you know Mama loves her some chunky hardware. And so they both have that. So, okay. I have my stuff that I normally put in my bags. Nothing different. You know, basically, and I know everything's going to fit, but I'm going to show you anyway. So I have my regular accessory pochette. And then I have my, oh wait, you know what? Hang on. There's one thing else I want to show you. The inside. Okay, so the inside does have a nice, generous zip pocket over here. And so this is something that you can put your full-size wallet in. Now, I have a zippy organizer, just a little bit bigger than a zippy wallet, so it will fit in there. Now, I had to do, you know, a down and over. I didn't really have to do anything wonky with it. You know, sometimes if it's a tight fit, you got to be careful, but I didn't really have to do that on this one. Okay, I could just... I don't want to put it in here because I feel like if I'm in a rush, I'm going to be struggling. And you saw me get it out. I mean, I'm not really struggling. You just kind of go down and then just kind of over. So I guess if you were wanting to, I don't know, if you're traveling with it and maybe for that reason, you could stick it in there and you can zip this zipper up and you're good to go, at least with your wallet, okay? And they both have that. And then, of course, there's a D-ring in here for your keys. Oops, it's right underneath the zipper. See? And so they both have this nice, generous pocket. That, I mean, it's not the same size in both bags, but you know what I'm saying? Like the pocket size is not identical in that bag and this bag. This one is going to be even bigger because obviously it's a bigger bag. So let me get this little fragrance pouch. Okay, so this is the MM. Again, has the nice big pocket, D-ring over here, and y'all know it's got that zipper pull that I love. I absolutely love this style of zipper pulls. If all the bags had that, I would be like in hog heaven. Oops, I just closed it. Okay, so again, same thing. This one's even bigger, and so I'm going to put my zippy organizer wallet in here, and it's the same thing, and it's just, and you can even fit something else in there. So like I actually brought my Truce 23 because I had some stuff in here. So I have two different phones in here. I have the 6 Plus, and so I can actually fit that in the pocket with my wallet. Okay, and that way the two most secure things that you're probably going to want to, you know, if you're worried about that, you can stick those two things in there. So I'm just going to leave those in there, okay? And then I'm going to show you the rest of the stuff that I have. So I've got my regular accessory pochette. And then, because y'all know I like bags in my bags. And then I have the mid-size. You know, this is not the mini, it's not the mid. It came with a bucket bag, so it's kind of in between. It's not one that you can't buy that size by itself. And then I have my little handmade card holder, and I just keep like overflow cards in there, okay? I have my little Trader Joe hand balm. Well, actually, I don't know what. I think it's for not just for your hands. And then my pen case, because you know I love my handy dandy pen case. And then I have this little zip around compartment that I keep my earbuds, my charger, and something else. I think an aux cord. And so the only thing missing is actually my calendar. And you know my calendar is, you've seen it in my other videos. It's a little bit bigger calendar. And so yeah, this is everything that's in here. And this is just like a super hobo-y, you know, throw everything in here, don't have to have assigned spots. I mean, you know, it's like a tote. I mean, it's kind of like the Neverfull as far as just being able to like throw everything in there. And again, you can access your stuff really easily in here because You're able to do it with this hand right here, and then of course this hand. And there is still, you guys, it's kind of hard to even show you because the bag is so floppy, but you can add, there's so much more room in here for you to put more stuff in here. Look at this. So I wish I had like a little jacket, but you know, you've seen in my other videos, sometimes I like to carry just like my little sweater. You can throw that in here. If you have your kid's sweater and you throw that in here, you can. No problem, okay? All right, so let me just do the same thing with the PM size here. So I am gonna put my zippy organizer wallet back. Actually, this time I'm not. This time I'm just gonna put it regular, out in the regular body of the bag. My accessory pochette, my mid-size pochette, and my card case. And then my balm, I'm going to actually put in the zipper pocket. And you know what, I'm going to put that little card case in the zipper pocket too. And then I'm probably going to put my phone, you know, I'm just going to grab this one right here. I'm just going to put this phone in there because I do like for my phone to be easily accessible. And because this bag is a hobo bag and super, you know, floppy and all that, this is a bag that you would be digging around for it. So thank you, Lord, that it does have at least the one pocket in there. So you don't have to, you know, so you're not just completely putting it down and digging. Like my MCM videos, if you've seen that video on those totes, that's the one thing that I hate about both of those bags. I love the tote, but I hate the fact that there's not a zip or slip pocket inside. And so I literally have to put my bag down, like on the back of the car or whatever, and like find my keys and find all my junk, and I hate that. So at least this one, even though it's a black hole and it's super floppy and all that, at least you can find you have somewhere to put your keys and your phone, you can find them. So anyway, okay, so this is the PM size, and I'm going to just clasp it together so you can kind of see. Let me get on the shelf. I forgot to do that before. Okay, so this is kind of how it looks. Okay, this is the smaller size. You can see that it is still plenty, I mean, roomy, okay? It's hobo bag, and you can see how it droops. It kind of goes down. Again, that's why it passes the elbow test. I'm going to compare it to the size of maybe a Speedy 30. I mean, I guess I could say a Speedy 35, but I don't know, that might be stretching it. But anyway, so that, and then I wanted to show you, even though I don't have all my stuff in here, I'll throw this. Please don't fall. Okay. I'm going to put this Truce 23 in here just so it'll have something in it. Okay, so here is the MM size. MM size. Sorry, let me go back a little bit. Okay, here is the MM size. Okay, it's not clasped together, but if it is, it just kind of brings this in. Here is the PM. PM, MM. See, front. And so, again, they're both really roomy. I mean, if you're on the fence and you're really kind of not like a super big bag gal, you'd be okay with the PM, okay? But if you're a go big or go home, then go ahead and get your MM. And if I don't have the GM, I wish I did, but that one's even bigger, if you can imagine. And this one's pretty daggone big. Like, I wasn't expecting this MM, because originally I was like, oh, GM. Well, then I saw videos on it, and I was like, I don't know. And then now that I've seen, well, when I saw the MM in person, I was like, oh, gosh, this thing is huge. And it's just the MM. So the MM, GM, PM thing is really not the same across the board. You know, I mean, I guess I kind of thought that when I first started, you know, getting into Louis Vuitton. I was like, oh, well, they're all going to be this certain size, but it's so random. It's so across the board. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention real quick is one thing that you're going to probably experience with these bags is, okay, so as you see, it's got the leather trimmer on the top, right? They both have it. Now, eventually, well, they do turn like this really pretty dark patina color, and I like